So hi guys, welcome to episode 38 of On the Ball City, and in today's episode we have the last game in the Premier League season whilst also playing the second leg of the Europa League semi-final. Before we get into that, please make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to click that little bell so you get notifications every time we go live. So as you can see, I'm showing you the result of the first leg of the semi-final, and look at that. We lead 3-2. We won 3-2 away from home, so we have 3 away goals. And also, look at this. This man here, Brenner, really stepped up to the show and bagged himself a hat-trick. And hopefully, we can make that count and go all the way to the final. Like I said, I will be showing you the final game of the Premier League season. However, it doesn't mean too much. To be fair, we are 7 points behind Liverpool and Watford are 5 points behind us. So, no matter what the result, we're still going to finish in 5th place, which is an improvement on the last 2 seasons. Obviously, the first season in the Prem we finished 7th. Last season we finished 6th. This season we finished 5th, which means we've missed out on the Champions League. But if we can win the Europa League, we will be in the Champions League next season. So we've got a lot riding on that game. So we're going to have a look at the lineups for this second leg game. And as you can see, there's a surprise inclusion for youth left back Johnny Banks. That was basically because of injuries to Husband and Rika. So he makes his European debut. He's only played a couple of games before that. He scored a second into his debut. And the lineup is as follows. We've got Perrin in goal, Latomba, Soyuncu, Denaya and Banks at the back, Maguire and Haidara in the centre, Hernandez on the right wing, Murphy on the left wing, and then Madison is playing behind Brenner. And for CSKA, they're playing a 3-3-2-2 formation with Akinfeev in goal, Burlak, Armas, Wernbloom in defence, Yazinski, Kvivas, Yamat in defence. Yamat scored in the last game. Shigayov, Migovilets, I can't even say his name. Vitinho and Chalov make up the rest of their team. Now, I quickly want to show you, before we get into this game, how good Brenner has not only been in the previous game, but in the whole tournament. So, if you have a look, in the Europa League, 6 starts, 2 sub-appearances, he scored 14 goals. That is how good he's been this season. So let's go into it. So let's start the game, and CSKA will need to score at least 2 goals to win this. They need to win 2-0 to go through. However, if the scores are tied, they do need to score a minimum of 3 goals. And Haidara has the ball on the edge of the box. He looks for Murphy. Murphy with a good touch, whips the ball in, and Hernandez has hit the post and it's gone behind for a corner. And Norwich could have easily taken an early lead there, but what can they do here? Madison steps over the ball, whips it in, and Soyuncu, his header is cleared, and it's a throw on for Norwich. So a good start from the Yellows, and it's what the home fans would want. They don't want to take their 3-2 lead for granted. Remember, it is technically only a 1-goal lead, so they do need to be careful. And let's see what they do here. Flores whips the ball in. Soyuncu heads it clear. Latomba's picked up the ball. He plays it. He's given the ball away. Vitinho whips it in. Ooh, and Chalov with a header, but it's just gone over the bar. So Norwich need to be careful here. Shigayov whips the ball in. It's headed down, and Perrin with an easy catch there. And it's 32 minutes gone so far. It's still Norwich 0, CSK 0, which means Norwich will be going into the final 3-2. And I got Soyuncu with a chance there. Good cross from Madison, but he heads the ball over the bar. Very even game so far, with the goalkeepers having very little actions. Only 2 shots on target in total. Let's see if the second half can bring us some more goal mouth action. Hernandez on the ball, looking for the overlap. No, he doesn't. Looks for Murphy instead, and he has lost the ball. Norwich have a corner now. Madsen whips in. Johnny Banks! Johnny Banks! Oh, I thought he was going to score the goal there, but it fell to Sionko, and 2 minutes into the second half, Norwich lead 1-0, 4-2 on aggregate. Johnny Banks there. It looked like he went for the volley, but Cubas tried to clear it. It hit Banks and then fell to Sionko. Unfortunately, it didn't fall to or come as an assist for Johnny Banks, but another good contribution by him. Hernandez on the ball, he's lost it. Sionko wins it back, but it goes straight to, I'm not even going to pronounce his name so I can't do it, but Banks picked up the ball, good interception there. Murphy on the ball now, whips the ball in the box, and Brenner has scored again. That's his 15th goal in Europe this season, and what a performance from the young Brazilian. And I'll tell you what, if Norwich can't win this competition and they don't get Champions League football next season, then I can't see him sticking around for much longer. So they lead 2-0. It looks like we're in the final. We'll have a quick look at the other game. So Tottenham are playing Ajax in the other semi-final. It's currently 1-0. Harry Kane has just equalised for Spurs, which has put them through. Oh, no, it's not put them through. It's 3-3 on aggregate. But they will be going out on away goals. And Brenner's just got his second goal of the game. It's 3-0 to Norwich. I'm sorry, guys. We nearly missed that goal. So we're going to have a look at the replay. Murphy on the ball there. Played it back to Haidari. He's had a great season since signing in January. Murphy on the left. Whipped the ball in. And Brenner just beats Akinfeev easily there. And Norwich are on fire. Johnny Banks now. He's having a fantastic game, considering this is his first European appearance in such a big game as well. Defender clears it, looks for Cubas. He brings it forward. And now Banks is out of position. Aurelio is through, and a chance for him to score, which he does. It's 3-1, 6-3 on aggregate. So CSKA need 3 more goals to qualify. They got 12 minutes to do so. Norwich going to a more contained formation just to hold on. What happened there? And James Maddison has just extended the lead. A fantastic free kick. I think it took a deflection. I think it hit the head of a defender and went into the top corner, but what a goal. Have a look at that. Boom. Yeah, it took a deflection, which took it past Akinfeev, but nonetheless, Norwich lead 4-1, 7-3 on aggregate, and CSK now need 4 more goals in the next 7 minutes to reach the final. And it looks, I'm going to quickly pause it with 2 minutes to go. Let's have a look at the other game. And Ajax are leading 2-1. Sinkgraven with the goal for Ajax, which gives them a 4-3 lead at the moment. And it looks like we could be playing Ajax in the Europa League Final. First European final for Norwich. Last season was their best performance in Europe by a mile, and we've looked like we've exceeded that by getting victory here today at Carrow Road. Very convincing result as well. Murphy flicks it on. Aurelio. And there you go. Norwich have reached a final of the Europa League. We could have reached some other finals this season, but we were unlucky. But a fantastic performance there, and we are going to be playing. Let's go and look and see who we're going to be playing. Very happy with the result, and I'm just going to... Josh Murphy, man of the match. So I'm going to be passionate with him. You were great in the second half, and he's fired up now. And Ajax have won 2-1 against Spurs. Yeah. That's just a little side celebration there. But yeah, Ajax are beating Spurs, so it's going to be Norwich versus Ajax in the Europa League final. And before we go to that game, because we will be showing a special episode for that, we're going to have our last Premier League game of the season against Man City. Alright, so we kick off our final Premier League game of the season, and we've made a few changes to the team in light of the fact that we don't want to lose any of the key players before the final. However, Brenner is starting today because Oliveira has picked up an injury a couple of days ago in training, and he obviously cannot play. I've not got any other strikers, so Brenner is up front. Fingers crossed he doesn't pick up an injury. And I'm going for a different setup here today against Man City. Normally away from home, we've gone for a 4-4-1-1 formation. And very structured. Today I've changed it around a little bit. Man City have just scored. Hervin Lozano with a goal. Gabriel Jesus set up Sane. Husband couldn't control it and it fell to Lozano, who tucked it in. But I'm quickly going to have a look. Actually, we'll cancel it. We'll pause this. We'll go to the tactics. This is our lineup today. So we've got Perrin in goal. Pinto, Kehrer, Denier, Husband. Husband is back from injury, so he takes over from Banks. Barkley has come in the centre midfield to play alongside Maguire, and Youssef, Salai, Murphy with Brenner up front. So I've kept the same formation. I've gone for a counter mentality, but kept the team shape structured just to see how it works. Because obviously it's the last game of the season. There's nothing to lose. I want to see whether next season we can play with this formation or carry on with 4 along the centre of midfield. However, I'm just going to take overlap off and these 2 off, and I might switch this to balanced as well. So we're changing that around a little bit there. We're falling 1-0 behind. Can we get back into this game? Like I said, there's nothing to play for, so it doesn't matter if we do lose. Obviously Man City are near the top of the table, which we will show you now actually. We can have a look at the league table. Yeah, let's just see this attack. Gabriel Jesus through, he's made it 2-0. 16 minutes gone and it's not working out very well for us. So I'm going to switch to control. Let's switch it to standard. But yeah, we'll have a look at the table in a minute. Oh, it's headed clear. Murphy on the ball now. So we've gone structured but standard this time. Salai on the ball. Salai with a good run. Can he get the ball in the box? He hasn't played for a while, but he whips it in. And Brenner, that man there again, he's on absolute fire this season. And we're losing 2-1. We are at home though, so maybe that's why I should have gone standard. But let's have a look at the league. So obviously we can see Man United, if things stay as they are, Man U are leading 1-0 against Huddersfield. A Paul Pogba goal in the first minute of the game. Man U will finish the season unbeaten. That would be the first time anyone has finished the season unbeaten since 2004 when Arsenal done it. And Man City all feel slightly aggrieved. They are level on points with Man United. However, they've lost 4 games. Oh, let's go back to that league table. They've lost 4 games. They've scored more goals. However, their defence hasn't been as good. Man U have only conceded 12 goals in 38 games this season. So that's where they've built their run. 58 goals, not too bad. We've got more than them. We've scored 64. But as you can see, our difference in defence, we've conceded 40. They conceded 12. And that's the difference between the top 3. 12 to 24 goals. So defensively, again, we need to be a lot better. Most of them goals came against Man U. I think we conceded 7 goals against Man United, and we lost quite a few, a couple of big results. But generally, we weren't too bad. But yeah, if it stays the same, Watford I think are losing to Liverpool as well. So it means Watford is still going to finish 5 points behind us, but then Liverpool will finish 10 points ahead of us. But like I said, we can't go up or down anymore. So yeah, we're still going to finish in 5th no matter what happens. So I want to see a better showing in the second half. I'm actually going to switch it around because we are at home, and I'm going to put it on control. I'm going to put that back to narrow. Look for overlap. Run at defence. Be expressive. I want all of that. My normal stats, but I'm just a structured team shape, so it's our normal home formation, but just slightly more structured. So we kick off the second half. Hopefully we can get an equaliser. Like I say, it's not going to matter. It doesn't make a difference, but it would be nice to finish the season with a point. Sane brings the ball forward. Looks for De Bruyne. De Bruyne to Foden. Good pass by him. A good tackle, but falls to De Bruyne. He finds Jesus and he puts it wide. I thought that was going in there, but luckily for us, it didn't. Slow on the ball now. Looking for the overlap. Yusuf finds Pinto. Great run there. Whips the ball in. And Brenner. So close to the equaliser there. Nodded down by Brenner. And Murphy was there to volley it with his left foot, but it hit the post. Norwich win the ball back superbly there. They're playing really, really well. And Brenner on the attack now. Brenner whips the ball in. Stones flicks it on. Barkley looking for Husband. Husband whips the ball into the box. And it's headed clear again. Lozano now brings it forward. Denier wins it back against his former club. Great tackle there by Barkley. McGuane looking for Youssef. To Brenner. To Salai. Can they get the ball in the box again? Salai with a great run there. Whips it in. Brenner heads it. What happened there? It looks like the ball went in, but it actually went over. And it's still 2-2. But we are playing very, very well. Let's make a quick sub. He's not a winger. I'm going to put Lewis Cook on for Murphy. Murphy's not had a great game. Lewis Cook is more defensive. Not known for being a winger, but I'm going to put him there anyway. Just see what happens. Pinto looking for Salai. Salai brings the ball forward. Gets the ball in the box. Good cross. And Lewis Cook has hit the bar with his first touch. And it's almost an inspired substitution there. Pinto now picks up the ball. Wayne, and we've got 20 minutes to go. Norwich have dominated. We've got a free kick now. Yusuf whips it in. Tom Tribal, he's hit the bar again. Oh, can you believe it? And this just shows that next season we could probably go more attacking against the better teams as long as we keep a structured team shape. And yeah, it seems to work really well today. We have a corner now. Salai whips the ball into the box. Theo Kehra's there, and Edison makes a save. And how many more chances are we going to have? Can we get that equaliser? If we don't, I'm happy. We've played well. It's against Man City. Technically joint top of the league. But just disappointing to lose the last game. But it was expected. When we looked at the fixture list, with about 8 or 9 games to go, we knew this would probably be a difficult game, and we knew with Liverpool's running that they were probably going to finish comfortably above us anyway. So there it is. There's a final whistle. The season is over. We have lost 2-1, but we absolutely dominated towards the end of that game. Hit the bar so many times. Can we have a breakdown of the stats? Does it say how many times we hit the post? If it loads. Woodwork. 3 times we hit the woodwork. So it could have been a different story. Unfortunately, despite Salai having man of the match, in contention for a place in the final squad. Brenner with the goal. And yeah, that is the end of the season. So there's the final table. Man U have done it. They've finished the season after a 3-0 victory. They've won the league. Haven't been defeated all season. Fantastic achievement by them. I think, who is their manager? It's still Jose Mourinho. Should have given it away considering the fact they've only conceded 12 goals. But Man U have won the league. Fantastic achievement for them. Very tight at the top. Man City, like I said, level on points, but goal difference was just not enough. And Chelsea only a point behind them. So despite us being 19 points behind Man U, it's not as bad as it seems. So as it's the end of the season as well, we're going to quickly run through some quick team and player stats, see how we performed there, and then we're going to have a quick look, one last look at the squad before we play our final game. So I'm just going to give a brief one, and we'll just look at these stats here and the top teams for these stats. So best at hitting the target, we finished 5th. 42% of our shots are on target, so good there. Most crosses completed. Obviously we score a lot of crosses, so the fact that we are second is to no surprise. 187 crosses we made, 64 goals we scored from them crosses. So fantastic achievement there. That puts us in second place. Passing all throughout the season, I've said that passing is an area we need to improve. And as you can see from that stat, we have no one in the top 8 for passing percentage. So it's definitely something that we can look to improve. We can get some players in with better passing stats. And maybe work a bit more on it on training as well. We'll see. Most fouls made. Obviously, we've got a very aggressive tactic where we getting stuck in. So when that happens, you're going to make fouls, you're going to get cards. And we're in 6th place. We've made 526 fouls. But we've got a tackle percentage win rate of 75%, so it's not too bad. 57 yellow cards we got from that. However, despite the fact that we do like to get stuck in, we did not get a single player sent off this season, which was fantastic in the league anyway. Most clean sheets. Again, the area we wanted to improve, and we have. We kept 15 clean sheets this season, which leaves us in 5th, which justifies our finish in the league. I've never seen this before, though. Man United, 30 clean sheets. They only conceded in 8 games. That is mental. Absolutely mental. Obviously, Leeds conceded. Man U are there as well. However, we are 4th. So we have got a better defence than Liverpool. Still a way to go before we get to Man City standards. But some of our players are young as well, so they have got a lot of developing to do. Most tackles, we've not got anyone there. So maybe if we do get a defender, we need to get a 5-star defender to fit into our team. Possession, yeah, I doubt it will be in those stats at all because obviously our passing percentage is not in the top 8 and our average possession agrees with that. Most headers completed. I'm surprised with this considering the amount of crosses we make and the amount that we score from crosses. Our heading percentage is not in the top 8 either. So that is surprising. And most goals, again, justifying our position for our final finish. We finished 5th there. Chelsea scored 1 more goal than us. Man City scored 3 more. Everton scored 8 more goals than us. And Liverpool were the top scorers. They scored 11 more than us. So not too much of a difference. So going forward, we are good. Like I said, I think if we are going to make any transfers, it's going to have to be some 5-star players that are really going to improve the squad, or 4.5 5-star players in defence. So now we're seeing the team stats. Let's have a look at the player stats. And our man Brenner here has finished 3rd in the top scorers chart. Only 2 goals behind Seferich from Southampton. Marco Icardi finished 2nd with 20 goals. So a good performance by him. Seferich, very good. 29 from Switzerland. And it's surprising, he's got 13 for finishing, 13 for composure, but he's done very well to get that amount of goals. Looking at the most assists, we've got no one, which is surprising. No, normally Murphy is up there, but no one is in the top assists. Maybe it's because we've been swapping our players around so often. That might be why. Most distance covered, James Maddison's up there, 14.87 kilometres covered on average per game. He's in 6th place. Most key tackles, yeah, we've not got anyone there. Least conceded, so Matty Perrin done well in this first season. He started off poorly, conceded quite a few goals, but he steadied the ship and he done well towards the end of the season. Conceded 31, which obviously left him 4th. De Gea conceded 12, Courtois conceded 14, Edison conceded 23. So defence is definitely something we need to improve on. Perrin again, clean sheets, finished 6th, 12 clean sheets for him. Most tackles, surprisingly there, Lewis Cook obviously playing in the more defensive position. You see him in 6th place here, 6.11 tackles per game. So fantastic there. Most dribbles. Now this is where we've really performed. Obviously Kingsley Coman is a beast and always does well. Pavon at Everton is in 2nd. Hazard's 3rd. But then we've got Murphy in 4th place, 5.26 dribbles per game. Salai in 7th with 4.03 dribbles per game. And then Brenner, the main man, he's got an average of 3.84 and he is in 8th place. So we've dominated this section. It tells a story about the way that we actually play. No one in the key passes department and best at hitting target. Again, Josh Murphy's up there. He was there last season and this season he's in 6th place with an average of 58% of his shots hitting the target. So I'm going to quickly run through the team report so we can have a look at what our backroom staff are saying about our squad. We'll have a look at the squad depth, and then that will be the end of the episode. So, looking at our strengths, Hadara is the best of 9 players in central midfield. Madison is one of 6 good options in attacking midfield. Hadara and Lewis Cook have formed a good partnership in the centre of the pitch. So this is definitely something that we can work into next season. Hadara, Cook playing in the centre mid. There are a number of talented prospects, so we've got a lot of young players coming through at the club, which is good. Cross completion ratio of 15%, so we're ranked second. 17 dribbles per game, ranked second in the competition. Brenner's 19 strikes, ranking third. Brenner's average rating of 7.29 is good enough for 9th spot. Denier is one of the best of 5 players at right back. Perrin is a very good option in goal, so let's have a quick look at Denier. 3.5 stars rated. What about if we put him at right back? 2.5. So right back is probably something that we could definitely improve on next season. Solanku is a very good option at centre back. Haidara, superb in midfield. And then you've got all these. 24 of 73 assists have come from crosses. 26 of 73 assists have come from inside the penalty box. We rank 5th in goals. We rank 4th in goals conceded. Shot accuracy of 42% is 4th. Impressive recent home form, which rates us 5th in the league as well. And there's plenty of room in the wage budget. And we have one of the best scouting teams in the division. Considering we need to improve our scouting team as well, that is good to know. Weaknesses. So an alarming 19 of 40 assists conceded in the last 50 matches have come from inside the box. So for some reason, I don't know if it's the way I've got the defence set up. But it's coming from the centre. So I'm guessing that's probably from crosses as well. It says we lack quality depth in goal, but the fact that we've got Olsen and Perrin surprises me. But from another point of view, our youth goalkeepers are poor. So we need to get a youth goalkeeper in. Could do with more depth at centre-back. Again, I agree with that. I wanted to sign another centre-back, but we didn't. So at times, Godfrey had to play in that position. But again, going into the summer, hopefully we could bring in someone good. And then the squad lacks quality decision making. The squad ranks bottom in the 3rd for work rate. The squad isn't the best in terms of teamwork. And then what I've said previously as well, the quality of passing within the squad remains disappointing, and there is currently a leadership void. So if we could someone that fills all of those, then fantastic. So looking briefly at our squad depth, as you can see, Perrin in goal, 3.5 star. So very good there. Defence, looking at this, is probably where we could improve. Rika's only a 3 star now. Denier, Latomba only 2.5 stars. And then in the centre you got 3.5 for Sionku. And then Kera, Denier, again they could improve. Matthias Sanchez, who's a player that's been on loan, he's got the potential to be 3.5 stars. So we'll see what he's like when he comes back. I think he should have other nationality. He's Spanish, so he's got his Spanish current nationality now, so he can play for us next season, which is good news. And then midfield, this is where we're quite strong. Haidara, Barkley, Cook, all 3.5 star or above. Tribal is a 3 star, so he's good there. And then on the wings you got Murphy, Santos, Solai, all 3 star. And then Madison, Solai, Barkley, Yazicki can play behind the strikers as well, all 3.5 star there. And Brenner 4 star. So potentially, if you're looking at that just on stars, I'd say we need another striker, a 4 5-star winger, and a 4 4-star wing back, or 2 4-star wing backs. So they're probably, if I could, 5 players. If I signed 6 players, I'll be happy. 1 on each wing, 1 striker, 1 defender, 1 left back, 1 right back. Actually, make it 7. I want a reserve youth goalkeeper as well. So there's potentially a lot of work still there, but maybe we could come back and win. But maybe we could come back and qualify in the top 4 next season. So there you go, guys. We have reached the final of the Europa League. We finished the season 5th, and it's been a pretty incredible season and a pretty incredible run in Football Manager as well. So our next episode will likely be the very last FM18 episode. So I want it to be a special one for you guys, and I'm going to try and get some guest appearances, and hopefully we can go on and win the Europa League. Now, don't forget, I need your guys' help as well to get this video out there as much as possible. Please make sure you press that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well, so you're ready for when the FM19 content comes out. Don't forget to hit that bell and you'll be notified when the videos do come out. So one last thing I will say is thank you very much for watching all the episodes, guys, and make sure you check out our last one.